Hello, and thank you for your interest in KIIS Greece Winter. I'm Chris Shea, Professor of Classics from Ball State University, and one of the co-directors of the program.
Hi, I'm Richard King. I'm one of the co-directors of the program. I teach Classics at Ball State University.
And we're happy to welcome you to our program. We're going to Athens and Crete. Here, you see the KIIS.org website, where you can go for more information. What you're looking at is the famous bull-leaping fresco from the great Minoan palace at Knossos, which we'll visit on our way to Crete. Dates of the program, December 26th to January 6th. We arrive in Athens on December 27th. And we return to the US. We'll arrive at the US on January 6th. Here, of course, you're looking at the Parthenon. Other faculty, let's get them introduced here fast. Dr. Robert Mitchell. Dr. Mitchell's a psych professor from Eastern Kentucky University. He's written 7 books. He's a full professor and a foundations professor at Eastern Kentucky. And he has taken students abroad to France, to Ecuador, to London. And he's traveled with me and Dr. King to Italy on the Italy Winter program one year. Take it away, Dr. Mitchell.
Hi, how are you? I'm really looking forward to going to Greece. This will be my 3rd time visiting, so, and I think it'll be a lot of fun with Steve, Chris, and Richard. I'm teaching nonverbal behavior and communication, probably the most lightweight of the courses that are being offered, but we're going to be looking at how people communicate with each other. We're going to be watching Greek people while they watch us, and we're going to be thinking about how different we are. And we're also going to be looking at wonderful human artifacts, and the excursion to Crete is something I've been looking forward to for a long time. So I'm looking forward to working with you there.
The illustration you're looking at here are the columns of the Palace of Knossos on Crete. Another faculty member going with us, Dr. Steve Watkins. Dr. Watkins, a former Navy SEAL. He's a Navy chaplain still. He has the PhD in humanities and teaches at the University of Louisville. He's taught both religious studies and classics. He's gone to Greece with us, 7 times, 8 times. And of course, as a Navy SEAL, he's traveled all over the world. He's taken students on study abroad to Japan as well. Take it away, Dr. Watkins.
All right. Hey, guys. Nice to meet you. I'll be teaching a course called Christians, Jews, and Pagans in the Greco-Roman World. And I'm excited to go to Crete. This will be my first time on Crete, my 6th trip to Greece. So I always love going there, and this is kind of a dream. The course will be looking at origins of some of these religions to the best of our ability to figure it out, and also the incredible, what we call hybridity. The older term was syncretism, and how these religions really did influence one another. For example, did you know in the Hebrew Bible there's a case of demigods? You might not have known that. You might not have heard that at church, but we'll take a look at stuff like that. So I'm excited, and go Greece.
The illustration you're looking at is the modern reconstruction of the Athenian trireme, the boat that won the West, so sailing in the Aegean. Okay, Dr. King.
Hello again. I'm going to teach myth in the context of Greece where we visit. As we go to Athens and we go to Crete. And that's a wonderful trip if you're interested in the hero Theseus, because Theseus is from Athens. He's the great hero of Athens, and he must go and kill the Minotaur, as you see on this piece of pottery right there. Look at that furry Minotaur. Yes, and he's about to kill him there. So we're going to talk a little bit about that, but also some other myths, some stories you may know about may know or may not know about the creation of the world, and things like that. And so I look forward to it. I've been in Greece many times, but this will be my first time in Crete. So I am looking forward to being there with you.
You may have seen Dr. King's book, Desiring Rome, in your college library. Dr. King and I have co-directed the Greece summer program for 15 years. We have also taken students abroad to Italy 5 or 6 times in the winter time. Dr. King has also taken students abroad for an entire year in Italy, in fact, in the past. And I've taken students to Great Britain, Scotland, etc., separately. So we've worked together for a long time and are used to working together anyway. Yeah. Myth, of course, always a popular subject. Here is my name, and I'm teaching day-to-day in ancient Greece. Of course, in a day-to-day class, we're essentially exploring the ancient world from the standpoint of what do they do? What do they eat? How do they feed themselves? How do they clothe themselves? How do families operate? How does the government work? What does an artist do? And many other questions connected with day-to-day life. 3 credit hours. By the way, I'm an honors college professor at Ball State, and at Ball State, this class would count as an honors colloque. It might be that at your honors program, this class or one of the other classes might count as an honors class, as well as a class in particular subject matter. Here you're looking at the price of the program of $3,100. As you know, when KIIS was formed more than 45 years ago, it was formed as a consortium to provide low-cost travel abroad, and so the universities and colleges are foregoing tuition. That means that professors are not receiving their salaries. You couldn't afford to pay the 4 of us 24 hours a day at the rate of $750 an hour, for example, which is often called professor pay. So we do get the trip and we get walking around money or lunch money or something, but that's about it. So you'll see, I think, if you compare, that this price is certainly one of the lowest, if not the lowest in the country. Airfare, of course, is extra. We're currently saying that airfare will be around $1,700. Last year, when we priced the trip, the airfare was $1,645. We'll see what happens. It includes 3 credit hours. Again, the schools are not charging tuition. Tuition would be more than $1,000 in every single school otherwise. A hotel, we stay in hotels every night. 1 meal a day, which is breakfast, which for the Greeks is pretty hearty. Travel in Greece, we have yet to determine whether we're going to fly to Crete or travel by the overnight boat, which has its own excitement. Entry to museums and sites. We visit a lot of museums. We visit a lot of archaeological sites, and various insurance protections, including, as you'll see here in a bit, the famous KIIS no stress COVID-19 refund guarantee that says that if we have to cancel the program because of something connected with COVID-19, you'll receive a full refund. In any case, we have a guest speaker. He's connected with Dr. Watkins' class. You want to talk a little bit about Dr. Miller, Steve?
Sure, yeah. Dr. Robert Miller teaches at Juniata College in Pennsylvania. He's among other things, a great editor. He does a lot of writing. He's written a good number of scholarly books, including this one, Born Divine, The Births of Jesus and Other Sons of God. That's a really fascinating book, and he ties a lot of what we're doing in our course together. And he'll be speaking to us via Zoom call or something like that. And really, really great scholar and a good friend. So.
If you apply by August 1st, you'll receive $100 off the program cost. You'll be giving yourself a little scholarship. If you enroll in the KIIS Go with a Friend program, and both you and the friend mentioned that you're in the Go with a Friend program, you get an additional $50 off the program cost. And so think about doing that. Of course, money is often a problem, but instead of thinking of it as a great big amount, think of it as a bunch of little amounts that you run together. So for example, your university likely has study abroad scholarships for which you would be eligible. KIIS has provided, for example, to many universities $1,800 to distribute to students who are traveling abroad. How the universities distribute that is their own business, of course. For this program, there is one $300 KIIS scholarship. Don't forget to apply for that. Be surprised to discover that many scholarships have very few applicants. In any case, if you're eligible for a Pell Grant, for example, you could explore the Gilman scholarships, GILMAN.org. In other years, this program would be too short for that program, but in fact, Gilman has been moving out to shorter programs, so you might want to take a look at that too. In any case, remember that if you get it together soon enough, you can open a savings account perhaps, or an account, to call it your travel abroad account, and say to your friends and loved ones, hey, instead of giving me a reindeer shirt for Christmas or something like that, or my birthday, how about contributing to my travel abroad account? Or you might say to your mother or father, you know how you find things in the Walmart that you think I'll like? Instead of buying them, how about throwing that money in my study account? In any case, if you get it together, make your decision soon enough. You can't push together little piles of money and arrive at that magic number 3,100. In any case, yeah. Here, the KIIS COVID-19 stress-free refund guarantee. And an illustration, heavily restored actually, from, again, Bronze Age Crete, Minoan Crete.
It's good.
Classes, people say, how do classes meet? Well, Dr. Watkins, here's one of your classes. Tell them about it.
Well, that's the best part. Although sometimes it's so beautiful, it's distracting, but this is us meeting at a coffee shop in Napoleon. And yeah, you can see everybody smiling. So what a good time they're having. I like to think it's my my lecture that they're smiling about, but who knows? So yeah, it's just great. It's a wonderful way to study. And one of the things I always tell students is it's a great teacher to student ratio. I wish I could teach like this all the time. Just travel around the world with 5 or 6 students and dig in and really get to know each other and really get to kind of hone in on what our interests are. Something that's impossible with a classroom of 35, 40, like I usually teach on campus. So yeah, it's great all around.
Yes, of course, this class is actually in our Athens hotel, Dr. Watkins.
Yeah,
But that's all right. It looks like a coffee shop.
It looked like that one cafe outside of the Agamemnon.
It's,
So is winter going to be, what are the clothes going to be like in winter?
yes.
What are the, I'm sorry?
Temperatures in winter. What should they wear?
In terms of in the wintertime in Greece, we have a slide here which will talk a little bit about average temperatures. In Athens, the average temperature is 57 during the day. So actually, we'll find that many of the outdoor cafes, etc., are open. So for example, in Rome, for example, in the wintertime, I taught every single one of my classes in Rome outdoors at a cafe. And it was 55 in Rome. Rome is 2 degrees colder than Greece is on average. So we're likely to teach some classes outdoors, etc. But many classes can be taught in cafes, and we often do teach classes in cafes. And actually, KIIS will buy you coffee in the cafe, in fact. But anyhow, yes.
The weather is a lot like Southern California in the winter. If you've ever been to San Diego, LA, it's pretty much the same.
Yes. Crete, the same too during the day, a little bit warmer at night. Okay. So winter is the rainy season actually in the Mediterranean, but the Mediterranean, remember, is nowhere near the number of inches of rain we get a year in Kentucky and Indiana. And in fact, we might get 1 or 2 days of rain on Crete, and we might get 1 day of rain in Athens. It's possible. But in general, we expect the weather will be pretty good and we'll be able to do quite a lot outdoors. As we say, when we've taken students to Rome in the winter, I didn't even take my winter coat last year at all. Didn't have it with me. And the same might be true.
Yeah, there was a picture of me in Florence with that coat on, that blue coat.
There we go.
Bob.
Dr. King and Dr. Mitchell in Florence.
Century, but you know.
There we go. Of course, the program directors and the faculty are on the site 24/7. In other words, we're not going off to Germany or someplace like that. And during the course of and of course, we'll meet classes, etc., on Sundays. Classes in our Athens hotel is on the other side of the upper floor. And you see the Parthenon here in the background. Classes meet 23 hours, we generally say, in face-to-face settings, and at least 14.5 hours on site. Although when we're on archaeological sites, we often find that we blather away quite a bit, and it may end up being more than 14 hours on site. But in any case, this will bring us to 37.5 hours, which is required by accreditation agencies. And so your classes will have met the appropriate number of hours for the 3 credit hours that you earn in this program to count toward graduation. How those 3 credit hours fit into your program is a decision to be made by the professors at your university. So some universities have classical cultures classes, for example, and our classes, because we're classics professors, may count as that. Some universities have religious studies classes, and Dr. Watkins' class may count as religious studies. All universities, of course, have psychology, and so Dr. Mitchell's class. So how those classes fit into your program, you have to have a discussion on your campus. See your KIIS rep about that. The Romans in Greece, of course, we tend to spend a lot of time working on the 5th century while we're in Athens, and working on the Bronze Age while we're on Crete. But in fact, you can learn quite a bit about the Romans in Greece as well. And here you see the temple of Olympian Zeus. So if it's the Romans that you're particularly interested in, we have something for you in that regard too. Okay. We're recommending the International Student Identity Card. You see here the website you need to go to, isic.org. Your university probably has some provision for you to order it through your university, which may make it cheaper for you. We think that you'll find that the discounts mount up very quickly, and whatever the cost is, which is likely to be around $25, you'll make it up very fast. Also, you may use that card when you come back to the US and flash it in places in the US, and it's good for a year. One of the reasons for it is because the Greeks have trouble understanding that people from so many different universities are traveling together, and the ISIC card makes us look more like a group. And then we don't have to worry about the Greeks thinking that we have somehow gone around to hotels and enlisted a bunch of American students to go in museums with us so that we are cheating the Greeks out of money they would earn as travel guides. You see that. So that's why we're recommending the ISIC card. And also, of course, as you visit museums or restaurants apart from us, you can flash it and get discounts that way as well. Okay. All right. Anybody want any last words here?
Can't wait to go.
Yeah.
Of course, you may contact any of us. You'll see our contact information on the KIIS.org website. And we'd be happy, I'm sure, to answer questions about our classes or anything else. Stay well. And we hope to see you with us in Greece.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.